Alright guys, this is me, the first time I'm speaking in a video at all ever. Um, yes, my name is Raccoon, as in the animal. If you didn't know that for some strange reason, I don't know how you wouldn't know that, but so I'm gonna be talking about the version 1.5.2 of Bring Your Own Class. And if you already didn't know, Bring Your Own Class is a mod where you get to play as a bunch of other characters from different series and stuff like that. So, you know, we have people like the Heavy, Postal Dude, Morshu, Serious Sam, and then we have Serious Sam again. But besides that, there's so many characters you can play as, right? And each one has their own characteristics, abilities, references, and all that stuff. But today, specifically, I'm going to be talking about Pico and what went wrong. So, Pico's gameplay looked like this. And now it's just this.
I need more bullets! I need more bullets! I need more bullets! Hasta la vista, baby! Hasta la vista, baby! Hasta la vista, baby! Hasta la vista, baby! Hasta la vista, baby!
Yeah, it's not looking too good. Other than that, let's just get into it. Let's start with the new anger mechanic, right? So, the new anger mechanic, it has a risk and reward factor where you're supposed to have this reward of double damage, right, at max anger, right? And the risk is losing half your speed and apparently taking more damage, which is a lot worse than you would think. So you could build up stress with almost all your weapons, because you cannot build stress off of the gas can and the spray can. They just don't give you anything at all. Fire does not give you any anger. You could actually build it with everything but those two. Probably the Penilian launcher, but you can't. I mean, I don't know how you would build it with. I mean, come on, you only have one shot. Let's be real. So, the shotgun has a bonus of actually giving you more anger. So you could use the shotgun to build it so you get the double damage faster. But obviously, or the best one to give you all your anger is actually the Uzis. As you can see here, they will just give you it. But so with this, I will show the downside. I will show the the speed is a little bad. Very bad. If you're looking at it right now, the speed is terrible. I'm showing you right now. I mean, look at that. Look at that. It's so bad. But I will talk about the marking ability. So let's get on to the marking. All right. So here I am with the old version, the release version, or rather the 1.0.a. So here we have, I'm going to be talking about the old marking system. The old marking system was quite strange, I would say, because I wouldn't say it was like the most, it wasn't the most consistent thing, and a lot of things don't make sense. But the And actually, I will be talking about the more how each weapon kind of like does with the marking system. But some weapons will do more damage than others with it. It's pretty weird. Some is, I mean, it's not that noticeable, but um, the marking was really good because the marking, what it did was the enemy would take more damage, right? The enemy took more damage not just from you, but from every other player as well. So the marking ability also dropped ammo, right? So the ammo was super important. If I kill this Mancubus right here, and I don't get the backpack, because you could actually get the backpack as a drop from Mancubi. See, I didn't get it. Put a clip of getting like 5 out of 14 the Mancubi with a pencil. So the ammo ability that he got from marking people was super good, especially in multiplayer, because the multiplayer people have the ammo respawns and all that stuff. So the ammo that Pico dropped would actually respawn all the time, and so did the backpacks, and that was super good because I mean, come on, it's just free ammo. It's infinite free respawning ammo, especially the backpack. That's just, it could be any level as long as you have a enemy with high enough health to have a possible chance of getting a backpack. You will get the backpack, you know what I mean? So it was really good, for those levels and those characters that have like Pico himself, good weapons in a chainsaw slot or anything, or lack of ammo. They would benefit very much for Pico just destroying some random high health bozo. Alright, so I'm going to be going through all the weapons, and I'm going to go in through based on order, except for the gas can and the spray can, because those are kind of in the same boat anyways, and they are, with the new changes, I would say they're like, I have to talk about them together, but right now we're going to be talking about the pencil. The pencil, well, it's the pencil. It's just a normal melee. But it actually used to be super good in the previous versions, actually. Um, with the marking ability, he could actually mark someone and do 4 times damage with the pencil. The pencil was actually really good and could give even, it had a really pretty high chance for dropping the backpack off of some enemies like the Mancubi and other like higher health enemies, but overall it was just a pencil. It was actually it's actually better than the rifle back then because of the marking ability doing 4 times damage, while the rifle is, I'll talk about the rifle later when it comes to the rifle, but yeah, there's nothing special about it. With the new stress mechanic, the pencil's not very usable because um well, Pico's new gimmick changes is right here. Hitting enemies slows them and increases damage vulnerability with low ammo counts. Yeah, you won't be meleeing people with such slow speeds. So, good luck with that. There's actually one thing I forgot to mention about the pencil, and that's actually the pencil is the reason why he has a pencil is because he's a student. The game is Pico's school, so of course he would have a pencil because he's a whatever. Anyways, um, next we have the Janitor rifle, which even has the same dog bark from when you pick it up in Pico's school. Um, Now the Janitor rifle is trash, complete trash, really bad. We talking the slow fire rate. The first shot is the only thing that's accurate with it. It does 10 damage. I take it a Racketron right here. It does 10 damage. It's not even good at building the stress, or rather the anger meter. I keep calling it stress. I'm so sorry. It's not even good at building up anger at all. So yeah, it's completely useless. And it's just there to be there. It has no ammo, as you can see. The max you can hold is 90. The gun has to reload for. I don't even know why he has to reload. It's not like he ever reloaded in the actual game, but he does have to reload here. The backpack, even with the backpack, it's just, come on. No one's gonna use this weapon. It's just bad. The moment you get a shotgun, it's just, there's shotgun ammo everywhere. You're just gonna be using a shotgun the entire game. This thing is just there to just be there. It's not. Just don't use it. Please, just don't use this weapon. All right. Next up, we have the Bear Shotgun, a reference to Pico versus Bear. The Bear Shotgun is the workhorse of Pico's arsenal. This is the only thing, pretty much the one main thing that would never run out of ammo because people just. I mean, most, as you know, most levels have shotgun ammo, and in Doom, you just always have shotgun ammo. It's just how it is. Um, Now, the shotgun has a it's really accurate. It's a really accurate gun, right? The shotgun will also give you a lot more anger a lot faster than other weapons would. Uh, So you would be using this more, like the most, to get all the anger. And it's probably the thing that benefits the most, actually, because of the fact that, because you're so far away, you're able to just do massive amounts of damage from far away with the anger. And because of your slow speed, well, you're not going to be up close anymore, right? So every other weapon is going to be hard to use but the shotgun. So the shotgun's probably going to be your best friend. It's your best friend. Um, the shotgun was okay in the previous version with the marking. It did more damage for sure, right? Probably over like 100 damage, but it was, you know, the marking was like, there was other better weapons. In fact, there was, by other better weapons, quote unquote, it was actually just the gas can and the spray can, which will be coming up next. But the shotgun here, it's fine, it's okay. It's just, you're gonna be using the shotgun so much more than you have ever previously before, because you look, everything from now on is just sad. Okay, I'm gonna just be, just spoiler alert. Everything later on is just depressing. Okay, so good luck with that. All right, so now I'm gonna be talking about the gas can and the spray can. Now the spray can and gas can are more, references to Darnell, which is Pico's friend, which also, you will get a mention when you pick up the shotgun. But uh, the biggest changes with the gas can and the spray can from previous versions to now is, number one, look at the ammo reserve. 25 is max, right? With a backpack, it's 50. It's been just toned all the way down. It's into the ground. It's just, so you get so little. It's probably not even worth using, honestly. Um, the gas can has been changed so that you can still throw it very far, right? But it does not have the oil spill, so you cannot make a ginormous wall of fire. Um, the damage also seems to have been toned down on the gas can, which I feel is, justifiable, because damn, I mean, we talking four-shotting and two-shotting Spider Masterminds, like, and Cyber Demons, like that's ridiculous, right? Especially from a weapon in the chainsaw slot with ammo as common as shotgun. Um, but I really do wish they kept the really big oil spill, because that was like the coolest thing about Pico, right? Just having a ginormous wall, and it helped a lot with clearing out crowds, because he couldn't really do that well, right? Because the marking only went after one guy, right? It only marked one person every 10 seconds, and when you have when I get to the rocket launcher later, when you have a rocket launcher that does less than, wanted damage, I would say, and Uzis that are just, pretty low damage, they just pepper things, and when you have those type of things, it's just like, it was his best thing for crowds, right? Uh, so it makes sense they got the damage nerf, but I really do wish that they kept the long trail of fire because that was like the cool. It just looked so cool, man. I mean, you can't lie. It just looked cool as hell. Maybe the fire was like too big. They could have just made the fire like a lot smaller, so it didn't cover the entire screen. Uh, but uh, but yeah, yeah. Other than that, they have changed the amount of cost it is. So before it was it used to cost 10 to throw one, right? Now it is 5, which is cool and all, okay, but uh I'll explain why it doesn't make any sense later. When I get to the gas can or the spray can rather. So you can throw 10 gas cans base in the previous version, right? And then when you picked up the backpack, you had 200. So you could just throw 20 gas cans, and I'm telling you, like these gas cans, you only need a 4 to kill a cyber demon, right? So you can imagine that's a lot of people you could kill with that. Now, the gas can is still good at stun locking enemies, as you can see. Like the cyber demon is still absolutely getting destroyed from not being able to even shoot back. But this weapon doesn't really benefit from the double damage of the anger mechanic. So it's like it didn't help. You know what I mean? It really didn't help. He's able to use his anger mechanic to help with the crowds and stuff on like the other weapons, but the gas can and the spray can are just completely neutered. You know what I mean? Um, So, but now I'm gonna go to the spray can, right? The spray can cannot pierce enemies anymore, right? That's probably for the better. I'll show a clip of like me shooting through like multiple cyber demons, and it just lags out the game to 1 frame. But that wouldn't really happen realistically because I mean there won't be 7 cyber demons in like stuck inside of each other for that to happen, anyways. But it cannot pierce bosses. I don't know if it could pierce like through normal enemies. It probably can't. I'm gonna be honest. Uh, it's not like you would know anyways because of the lack of ammo, as you can tell. The spray can has been pretty much unchanged. The damage is still, you know, the same. The double damage helps a lot. It does, but it's a close range weapon. You don't want to be slow when you're up close to someone. So they basically made the best weapons that he had into the most useless weapons he has. Uh, these weapons are only good when you don't have anger, because they don't even build anger in the first place. So the other, it's just, but it's not like you could use these weapons that much because the fact that you have no ammo. I mean, look at this. It just drains, you know, and you don't even get that much from just small boxes. You get 25, thankfully, from a big one, but you're mostly gonna go back and forth. And Pico he struggled with ammo before, right? If you were just using these weapons, because fire from the gas can and the spray can cannot drop ammo at all, right? So you would have to use your other weapons, but the other weapons were not that good in the first place, so you didn't want to use those weapons anyways, right? So it was it's all over the place, but um the spray can was unneeded nerf, because the gas can, I understand, oh man, it did so much damage and stuff like that, and you could use it so often that they would reduce the ammo, right? But they could have just made it in like an increase to how much ammo it used, and then kept it so that the 200s for the spray can to still be usable, because now it's just unusable. There's no reason to use the spray can ever, even like more now, because of the fact that it just uses all the ammo. And then you have to back to going to do all this and going back and running away to get more ammo. It's just, I don't know why Pico has such little ammo, honestly. Uh, I don't know why that's like his main thing. I understand before because what do you call it? The marking gave ammo, so it would make sense why he would have little amounts of ammo. But now he can't get any more ammo, so it's just gonna be back and forth of just going in and out of a fight, going out of a fight, going in a fight, going out. It's just bad. Now, there's probably a lot more that I missed, honestly, with the gas can and the spray can, but I honestly think that that's about it. There's nothing really much left to talk about with it. It's just it's a shell of its former self. All right, now to the dual Uzis. Now, the dual Uzis are, I'd say they are better in this version. Now, due to the fact that the anger doubles the damage for him in general, right? So you can now mow down a bunch of people with anger instead of just marking one dude and then waiting 10 seconds to mark another dude, and then, yeah, that'd be completely useless, right? So the Uzis weren't that good before, right? Uh, the Uzis are a reference to Pico Unloaded, actually. Not I mean, it has the Friday Night Funkin' look, sure, but is mostly from that. And I don't know why these are even called Uzis, because they look nothing like Uzis. They actually look more like Mac 10s than anything. But that's besides the point. Um, but so an example, I'm gonna summon a bunch of imps, right? And I'm gonna even summon a Hell Knight so I could get some anger out of this guy. So So you can now mow down a bunch of people like super easily with the Uzis, which is pretty nice. You know, compared to before, where I mean they were like pepper balls. You know what I mean? But another big issue, right, is that even though you have like all this damage, right? Uh, you still have the issue where you can't really move and like dodge that well. So and you know, so as long as you have like a bunch of enemies like this, just like a bunch of dumb barons that can only throw like one, you can imagine how bad it must be to have a, what do you call it? A bunch of Mancubi and having to be that close to them while moving that slow. You wouldn't want that, so you're most likely gonna be using like the shotgun or something. But yeah, this slow mechanic, it really kind of hinders the movement you could do. Thankfully, this is only still gonna be used for even now. It's still only used for smaller enemies. You're not gonna be using it on like barons or anything. Well, just at most I would say like pinky demons. You know. Uh, so I will say these are better than they were before with the new damage, but uh, it's it's just alright now, you know. Still very inaccurate. So you would rather use other weapons. It still chews a bunch of ammo actually. So because of the new way it works, right? So it chews a bunch of ammo, right? So back then you would use the marking so that way you could get more ammo, so that way you could keep, chewing. You could mark a big enemy and it would most likely drop like a really big pack of ammo, right? And it would actually be like like this. Regular like Uzi ammo or shotgun ammo, and it actually make it so that you could use it more. Now you can't really. You would just shoot at people, you kill everyone you want, and then you have to go and smoke and get all your things back. For more ammo, because you're not gonna be running to ammo at the speed of. Okay, another thing I have an issue is that think about it like this, right? You're in a server, multiplayer server, and all these people are just destroying stuff. You got your anger mechanic, right? You're going in there. Oh yeah, I'm gonna shoot some people. Oh, that's so cool. And then they already killed everyone, and then they're going to like the next area, and you're just so behind that you can't even do anything about it, right? The only thing you can do is just have to take the blow and just lose all of your damage buff. So you look at this. You're gonna match up with nobody. They're gonna kill everybody in the next room, and you're gonna just be like back 3 rooms. Like it's just bad. I really don't like the slowing down. I would have kept like I would keep maybe the more taking more damage if the more damage you do than having the speed, because it just makes it so that you're destined to get hit by something and take a lot more unnecessary damage and never be able to use it anyways, because you're just too slow to actually like go into the fight and stuff like that. It just makes everything a lot, it just, I don't know, it just makes Pico a very weak and underwhelming character in general. But there's nothing really left to say about the Uzis. They're very basic. Fast fire rate. all that stuff. Pepper baby damage. Slightly better, not much better. So here is the vinyl launcher. The vinyl launcher is most likely a reference to the fact that Pico wants to be a DJ from the second game that was never released. But the vinyl launcher is his rocket launcher, right? I do not know why it blows up. Why or why the fact that the disc actually go below the crosshair, which is really weird and kind of, I don't know, it just kind of bothers me. The splash damage is still pretty good. It's a lot bigger than it looks. It's probably like normal rocket launcher splash damage or size, but it just looks really small. And then actually on the older version of Bring Your Own Class, before the release, right? You can actually carry 200 rockets or discs, right? Which I thought is pretty good because I mean these do what seems like less damage than normal. If I summon a Pinky, right, it takes 2 to kill him, right? Uh, Now, thankfully, since you know you have the anger mechanic, you can still get the double damage, right? So you could actually most likely just kill a Pinky in one hit, right? But the big issue is that I mean it's a very slow moving projectile, right? So you're not gonna really get you're not really gonna be sniping people with a rocket launcher, would you? But it's okay. Well, it came in. I guess still doesn't one shot him. But it still does decent damage, you know. For you to double, look at that. So like you still do pretty good damage, you know. You won't be sniping people with a rocket launcher, but yeah, I think this is pretty good now actually. Like this is pretty okay to use with the new anger compared to before, because before when it just did that little amount of damage, you could see why you would want the 200 vinyl, which they still nerfed in the release where he still had the marking. They just nerfed it to 100. I do not know why, but they did. And so maybe because you know you could actually just mark people and just start spraying. So you know, but then again, it wasn't very good because of that still. So yeah, it still suffered. You still wouldn't use this on cyber demons because yeah, in fact it's even worse. Because like, try to fight a cyber demon is super dangerous with how slow you are. So you might get hit by the splash damage like I did. There's not much you can do with that. So yeah, please buff this weapon. Like please. Just I'm just gonna say I just don't like the new mechanic. Please. It just feels horrible. It really does feel horrible to play this character now. Alright, continuing on to the knives. Now, the knives is most likely a reference to his other friend, Nene, another person in Pico school who is a suicidal Asian girl. And you can imagine why she has knives. So, the knives are okay. They're just okay. But I have such a big issue with them, right? Okay, this is a weapon in the plasma rifle slot, right? We talk so it's kind of it's you know kind of hard to get, you know, and you only get it like later on in the later levels, sure. But the knives, you only have 50 knives, right? As a start, with no backpack, you only have 50 knives, and then with the backpack, it's 100. Okay, pretty good. And these do decent damage, right? That's what you would think. But I actually have a clip where I throw. It was a previous recording, and I throw a knife at a mancubus, and my genuine reaction to hitting 8 damage on a mancubus, like, is ridiculous. Say, I would take this mancubus, right? As you can see, 600 health. Hit him with a Look at that, bro! What is that? Why is a weapon that has so little ammo have a minimum damage of 8? Okay? 8 damage. Like, why? And you don't even have that much ammo, so it's like the chance of doing something so little like that is ridiculous. That might as well just be a missed knife, you know? You have other characters that do like okay, like normal Doom guy, right? He has his plasma rifle and he does the minimum he can do is like 5 or something, and then the most he can do is like 30. But he has like 600 cells. He has so much ammo. Like it doesn't matter, right? But with Pico, every knife matters. I mean, we're talking 50 on base and then 100 with a backpack. Like that's not enough ammo at all. So the fact that he could even do 8 damage is so disappointing. You can see by the health bar. Like look at this. Double damage. It still took 50. It still took like 50 knives to kill this guy. Like these. Oh my god. This needs a buff. Like honestly, genuinely. Like these are not good. They're just not that good. You only use them. The only time you bring them out is for like. Oh, there's a flying enemy or something. And he's like kind of far. Let me kill him with a knife real quick, or something like that. Or you're like far enough, even that it's like a projectile. Thankfully, it's a fast moving projectile, so you can still be pretty far. But good luck trying to like nail a cacodemon that's like really flying weirdly in a straight line because of all the force and pressure that they for some reason have. But so yeah, like these are not that good. They're just not that good. Even with double damage, you just don't have any ammo. And before, you could just spawn ammo for them because again, the marking ability was so important because Pico didn't have much ammo. So the fact that you remove the ammo and it still keep the low ammo is just ridiculous. So it doesn't even do that much damage in the first place. So it's like you have no ammo, you do no damage, and it's just why? It's painful. It is genuinely painful playing this character now. Like before, like it was okay. It was manageable because of the ammo that you use get and the fact that you're so useful to your teammates with the damage ability, with the marking and stuff like that, and the fact that you could just spawn backpacks and the backpack respawn and stuff. But now without any of that, and you just give him the double damage, you really realize that the damage that he had with all the other weapons were just not that good. You have other characters that could just destroy groups and do so much damage, and then he has nothing. There's nothing going for him. Every single use that he has, like being useful for backpacks and stuff, is gone. Like, there's no reason for him anymore. Uh, oh man. All right. Finally, last but not least, his last weapon, the Penilian on a stick. Reference to the first boss of Pico School, Cassandra, uh, and how she's an alien. But this weapon is absolute garbage. It's just bad. So we talking. Okay, you could destroy a cyber demon. Oh yeah, that's so cool. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I forgot. I already have no ammo. So yeah, you have to go back for ammo. You can only use it one time, so it's never used on anything but cyber demons and masterminds. Uh, so yeah, that's the only time you will ever see this weapon being pulled out. And after that, yeah, that's it. It can only insta kill one. And yeah, and before right, with the marking ability, you'd be able to go and what do you call it? Get ammo back, right? Especially since plasma ammo was pretty common to drop for from Pico, and so you could easily get this recharge and stuff, right? But even then, you still didn't use it that much, right? And as you can see, it only does 2,000 damage, right? So you need both of them to hit to even kill a cyber demon. So in reality, you only are gonna kill one thing. Um, it does it does benefit from the double damage, But let's be real. I mean, what is honestly gonna survive double damage of 8,000 damage? Like, come on, nothing. The only ones that could survive that are like the special custom bosses, from like Invasion, like Delta Invasion or something like that. It's yeah. He could like, oh, he could insta kill a boss and stuff. Yeah, but like you never see this weapon anywhere else. So this weapon is like kind of useless. It's just it's too situational for it to be useful, right? It has one use. In fact, it doesn't even pierce, right? So if I take like 3 barons and try shooting them, those one killed one guy and then the other killed the other. This actually hurt that other guy, so I guess it does pierce, but as you can see, it didn't even kill him. So yeah, I can't imagine trying to summon like a couple imps and what you call it, wanting to kill a couple imps. I'm gonna be honest, you wouldn't want to kill a fucking a damn imp with this. So you only ever see it used on those guys, especially when you only have one charge. Like that's the biggest issue, right? If it had more shots than just that, also you can't shoot it until it has all the ammo as well. So yeah, you're never gonna see this being used, especially on, since a BFG is so rare anyways. Some of these levels, unless most likely they're like in secrets or something. Yeah, I think about it. How many dudes can I kill? It's still just 2. It's really not that powerful. So yeah, that's Pico in a nutshell, guys. You could probably like become a nuclear bomb if you had double damage with it, but yeah, you won't see that anytime soon ever. So that's such a specific situation to even like do that. You know what I mean? It's just not happening. But yeah, this is it. These are all the weapons. These are all mediocre at best. And I really do hope they change Pico, because this weapon could be so much better. Like you have characters like I don't know, Trollface. Even Trollface with his banhammer has more use than this. Like we talking, it does like 710 damage, right? For 15 cells. Like come on, that's a lot of damage. I mean, sure, it's a melee weapon, but it's really not that hard to like dodge projectiles from that close. You know what I mean? Especially when you have normal speed, unlike Pico, who doesn't have normal speed when double damage. Like, oh my lord, good heavens, what did they've done to this boy? So, yeah, that's it. This guy sucks, is what I can say. This guy just sucks. He needs a, they need a rework of a rework. Am I right? And well, that's everything. If you actually made it this far to the end of the video without even skipping, I want to thank you, because I never thought anyone would even want to listen to me for more than 5 minutes. And my main reason for making this video was because I wanted the devs to see it, and hopefully maybe they could change it to something that's actually more enjoyable to play and even watch. But maybe they won't, maybe they will, maybe I'm stupid, maybe I'm wrong, maybe he's perfectly balanced. I don't know. I never made anything like this. But really, thank you for watching. I don't know when I'll actually ever make another video even, but it might be a big surprise by not. It won't be anything as big as this one, but still, I'll see you guys then. So